Bulls of Johnson C. Smith. Charles Ward and Arion Scott with the play call here. And Scotty, in that first half of play, that 16-point lead for the Wildcats of Fort Valley, they did a lot of that based upon what they were able to do moving the football. They have 156 total yards compared to 34 for the Bulls at the break.
And they did it with their star all-conference running back, Brandon Marshall. I mean, he did everything for it. Caught it, ran it, however you need it. And then you just need Kelvin Durham to keep doing what he's doing, make consistent, easy throws, getting it to his guys, and being balanced.
They got the one touchdown and came back at the end of that half and got another one, or to safety, and to extend their lead. As take a look at some of the first half action, that was the first score there. And then there is Marshall going back into the end zone from the inside over that Bulls defense. And you referenced that he was just a threat that eventually Fort Valley started using him as decoys when they got Durham into the offense, and they started working in some of the other players to make it really difficult for the Bulls to really key on who they really thought was the most effective, hurting them at the point.
And I think the underlying factor is Kevin Durham 7 for 10.
Yeah.
I mean, that is efficient. In this type of weather, in this type of environment, to be 7 for 10, you know, a couple throws here and there, but he's been concise, he's been efficient, and he's doing everything Coach Gibbs asked for, is not turn the ball over.
And you talk about this first half of stats. We talk about the 156 yards for the Wildcats compared to just the 34 for the Bulls of Johnson C. Smith. This really plays into the Wildcats into the second half. They came into this ball game ranked #1 in the SIAC in run defense and 7th overall in the nation. They keep these numbers depressed for the Bulls in this final 20 minutes of play. It's going to be an easy road for that championship for them if they can continue.
Absolutely. If they keep on the track that they're going to be the first winners of the inaugural Florida Beach Bowl. But Johnson C. Smith and what Coach Flowers is doing, he has to change something. He has to either establish the run in a more creative way, or when you're throwing these pass routes, you can't have it going 15 to 20 yards downfield with the wind. You have to get your guy going early and being quick and decisive with throws.
Bulls 13 carries from scrimmage, only 10 yards total from the running crew for Johnson C. Smith. Talk about the passing. We thought Cherry was going to start, but he went with Adams, the senior. Adams 3 of 9 in that first half of play. Cherry 4 attempts, no completions for them for only 24 yards. And if you're going to try to balance it off, if you're not able to run against that Wildcats defense, you have at least got to be able to throw the football.
You know, I had an old basketball coach tell me, do you want to dunk or you want to layup? Because each one counts for 2. It doesn't matter how you get it. With the Johnson C. Smith offense, it doesn't matter how it looks. It just needs to be efficient and be steady to have continuing drives. So that if that means running back screens, if it means quick throws, those are just long version runs. It doesn't have to look like you handing the ball off to a Newman. It just has to look like you're moving the ball down the field.
Meanwhile, Brandon Marshall, 15 carries for 47 yards, or 45 in that first half of play with the 1 touchdown. That's the kind of production that Coach Flowers needs from his backs.
Absolutely. And he needs it starting the game early, because what you don't want is you don't want this Wildcat defense to keep that momentum, keep that charge, and feel like you can't do anything but pass. And once you become one-dimensional in this weather, it's going to get bad for you. How Coach Flowers comes out in this half is going to be absolutely important to get his team and establish a spark going forward in this game. If you trust your running backs and you think Newman can get it going for you, then that's who you go with. If you think Robert Adams in that passing game can get it going, that's who you go with. But if it was me, I'm going to move the pocket. I'm going to get Adams on the roll and give him some easy throws that he can make to get this drive going, because you don't want this Wildcat defense to tee off on you.
Quick correction as we get started in the second half. It was Curitan on the return for the Bulls to the 25. Cherry starts the second half. He fires out in the flats, got a man there leaning out for the catch. It was Caldwell, and Caldwell up to the 34-yard line.
And this is what you're looking for. Easy throws that get him comfortable and move. That's just as good as a run. 5-6 yard carry. You're ahead of the chains. This is where you want to put the Wildcat defense at.
Rain has subsided a bit here in Dry Pink Stadium. That first pass completed by Cherry. And Caldwell up to the 34.
And it seems like that's been their guy. Caldwell's been their guy who they like to focus and throw this ball to. And once again, this to the field, this wide receiver is wide open with a slant if he wants it.
He leads the team in receptions, 53 for 587 coming into this post game. They run it on the ground this time up to the 37-yard line on a carry.
I like it. get the first down. Let's keep the chains moving. Let's stay ahead of the chains, and let's do it again. So I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back with a quick throw, short run, and just keep this thing going and getting that momentum going.
It's a football season. That first drive after the intermission, always so important, particularly if you're trailing. Pass batted and incomplete. One of the Wildcats got a hand up in the air, but they were trying to get it into the hands of Caldwell again.
And they had the slant. It's there. The linebacker's playing in between the tight end and Brevin Caldwell. He jumps that pass, but the slant is there if they want it. They have the one-on-one coverage. He has to trust what he sees and throw it on timing.
Ray with the snap. He'll keep it left side. Thought he saw something there. May have been right. Spins ahead, past the 40 up to the 41-yard line. So that kind of keeps him on schedule there, Scotty.
I like this. I like this as a manageable down. Everything's open to you. If you want to run, you can run. If you want to pass, you can pass.
Snap, right side. Fires in the flats. Pass goes incomplete. Trying to get it out there to Bryant. And Bryant would have opportunity to catch that football there, but some coverage by the Wildcats, and that'll force an incomplete pass on a punt by the Bulls.
That's just a tough play because you haven't challenged them deep, so there's no reason for the DB to backpedal. So all he's doing is squeezing and coming down hard on that pass. That's how he gets the breakup. Great play by number 16.
Garcia to kick it.
Hold your breath with Bell.
There's a good punt by Garcia. Fair catch called for by Bell near the 14. He'll squeeze it there. And the Wildcat offense out onto the football field for the first time in the second half.
Now that looks like the all-conference kick return, punt returner that we've come to see over this season.
Trips to the bottom of the screen for Durham. He's in the pocket. Here's the pressure, rolls, had it batted from behind and incomplete. Good job there by the Bulls to get a hand on that football.
Looks like he's hurt. Brandon Marshall down again, wobbling off the field. Tough goal. I still would like to see a little bit more Contrell in this game. I know Brandon Marshall has been everything for the Wildcats today, but Contrell can do just as much and can carry a load as well. And I think he just needs a break on a couple drives so he can get back right.
Haven't seen the junior from Jacksonville yet.
This is a big drive for Coach Flowers in this offense. I would like for him to establish the run with Newman, take some of the pressure off of Adams, and really lean into the run game. Coach Flowers is a head coach of Johnson C. Smith. Started his coaching career at Johnson C. Smith as well, graduated from Johnson C. Smith, and was All-American quarterback for 3 years, and spent 2 seasons as the head coach of Fort Valley State.
Yeah, not separate seasons like recent, just coming from Fort Valley right into Johnson C. Smith. And he was talking about it on Wednesday when we talked to him. We were kind of joking around with a tag for this area, calling it Flowers Pollination, because he's got so many players that play for both of these teams. He recruited so many of the players in Fort Valley when he was there, and tonight he finds himself playing against a lot of those players that he recruited, including Marshall and Durham, for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. So it's really an interesting scenario for Coach Flowers to be so closely tied to both programs.
You know, before the game, I saw a couple players, speak to Coach just to say, hey, it's still a battle out here, but, you got to represent and show love to the guy who recruited you.
Indeed, yeah. Wildcats looking for a quick 3 and out for the Golden Bulls. Cherry fires, got a man on a comeback, but the pass underthrown and incomplete. Just trying to get it into the hands of Caldwell.
I love the timing that Cherry had. He just has to get the ball up and get it there on time. But he knew where he wanted to go. He had the route. Just have to throw a little bit more oomph on that to get it to the receiver.
Yeah, about a 3 or 4 yards shy there. Chance for a run back here.
I just want to see one good one, Charles.
Garcia handles a high snap. That's a good punt by Garcia. Bell backpedaling, calls a fair catch at the 14-yard line. He wasn't sure if he got the hand up high enough or quick enough there, Scotty. So he said, well, let me just try to run this thing anyway.
Let me see if the ref saw me.
Sure.
But once again, if you're a special team coach, DeJuan Bell is making you hold your breath because that's not the proper way to catch that. You have to let that get into you, put your arms together, secure it. And to catch like over your head like that is not a safe space, but hey.
Well, what he'd say to you is, hey, who just got named on the #1 team for kick return? Who just got named on the #1 team for punt return? What do you know? Right? They did in that early first half. You're right. Get a couple of passes to him back to back. Let's see if they go back to that on the ground. It'll be Marshall skirming his way for some room left side. Not a whole lot there. Encroached up pretty quickly there by the Golden Bulls.
I like to see that they have both backs in the backfield now. They have Cantrell and Brandon Marshall in the backfield now. I like that. Make the defense have to, and there goes Cantrell getting out of the game. As soon as I say I like both backs in the backfield.
Gentry sparks back out for the Wildcats. An 11. Durham sidesteps. Right side throwback across the middle. Good catch there coming across. That's Warren. Warren wrapped up though. Good surge by the Golden Bulls defense to cover on that play.
Man, great tackle, open field tackle by 25 Tucker on the play. That's what you're asking your defense to do. Get them off the field, give an opportunity. Hopefully you get a bad punt here or a great return by your all-conference player as well and see what goes from there.
Boy, that was just such a great close by Tucker and the Bulls on that. That play looking as though it was going to have some good development there with Warren coming across. But that's credit to that quick defense of the Bulls, the #1 defense in the nation.
With the closing speed by Tucker, just amazing.
Hall to kick it. Hall trying to turn it over, not able to do so. This one's going to be caught at the 49. A chance on a run here up the middle with the football. And finally hit hard at the 31-yard line. Curitan with a good decision there to run that football for the Bulls as a flag comes in at the back of that play.
Man, DeMarcus Harris put a lick
Did he
on,
ever?
Man, I mean, he said, not in here, sir, but the flag looks like it might be unsportsmanlike conduct with the hit or maybe targeting, but I didn't see that, Charles.
Boy, it was a great hit, as you indicate, but they were low with the helmets, and then we'll just have to see. Because when at the point of contact, Curitan trying to get low.
And this could be a huge shift for Johnson
Sure.
C. Smith, moving that return 15 more yards up. Now you're in the red zone.
Bulls certainly looking for something to start going their way.
I just hope that the ref picks this flag up.
There's no foul for targeting on the play. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, kicking team, number 27. 15-yard penalty from the end of the kick. That's number 27, first unsportsmanlike of the game. Timeout.
So you got really both of what you were looking for there, Scotty. He picked up a flag, but he enforced one of the assessments.
And if your coach gives, you have to be hot. I dodged the bullet with the targeting.
Sure.
And then I had my number 27, Amari Hutcherson, gets me an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty after the play.
6:16 remains in the third. Fort Valley 16-0 over the Bulls of Johnson C. Smith. Freshman Cherry will go up under center. And Scotty, one of those opportunities in the ball game where field goals are good, but here you want to push this football in for a score.
Man, you need 6, and it needs to happen now because you don't know when you might be back at the bottom of this.
Cherry, ball fake on a comeback route. They get it to Caldwell, but he's wrapped up immediately on the outside. Good defensive work out on the corner by Landon Austin for the Wildcats.
You couldn't ask for a better open field tackle by Landon. And once again, going to Brevin, their guy, their go-to guy, trying to get him to make a play for them. But I still think if you're a run-first team, in that situation, you run the ball. I just don't understand it. This, running the ball, the Newman brothers have got you here. Allow them to lead you on this drive to get you a touchdown. The middle is wide open if he wants it with this 86, if that's what they decide to do. He's one-on-one with the safety, a nice in-breaking cut. Right in the middle of the field. It's right there if he wants it.
Tim Newman joins the freshman Cherry. They give it to Newman, coming back to the right side. And Newman's wrapped up inside of the 15, down near the 13-yard line.
I like that call. Newman got you here. Newman's brought you this far. Allow him to make the plays necessary to get you to the end zone.
But you referenced that in the first half. If that's your first down play, you're in a better situation because you had to make up for 2 that you missed on the previous pass.
Absolutely.
In the years to come, the city has embraced this bowl game here, and both teams with good showings here in this inaugural in Fort Lauderdale really bodes to the idea that the future is bright for both the bowl and Fort Lauderdale.
Absolutely. The commissioner was at the Florida Beach Bowl press conference, spoke highly of having the bowl game here, and wanted the economic impact that it's having on the community in the city.
It really takes time to really get something like this started and embraced by our community. The better your start, the more longevity you have. On the ground, keeper by Durham, right side. Now fires up the field, got a man on a crossing route. Waited to the very last minute and streaking down the sideline. Wildcats are going to go in for a touchdown.
And I've been waiting for the rollout throw. They had killed him in the first quarter with it, and they bring it back, and it leads for a touchdown.
Running it just as long as he could and tossed it at the last minute.
Jaron Lawson, the wide receiver, takes it across and takes it all the way to the crib.
Nice job there by that offense of Fort Valley. First on the decoy run, Durham keeping it, and there you see it's nothing but the streak after that.
But Charles, a lot of receivers don't get credit, but number 2 with the big block to spring Lawson to the crib.
Lawson got that one step at the corner, and that was it for the grad student from Macon, Georgia. He took it to the house down here in Fort Valley, and Fort Valley answering right back the 3 that the Bulls got on the field goal with 6 on the touchdown pass.
Jaron Lawson hitting him with the Shador. Put your watch up, young man. Show it off.
All right. Like that, Scotty. Bring it on. 4:16 left in the third. Wildcats bringing it on.
DeJuan Blell giving Lawson a hug, showing him, hey, man, thank you for bailing me out on the fumbles and leading more to the scores.
He was tiptoeing right side, getting close to that line of scrimmage, and unloaded it right at the nick of time.
But that's what you're asking for your veteran quarterback is, hey, keep your eyes down the field, see it, trust it, throw it, and allow your playmakers to go make plays.
Lawson did at the sideline. Fort Valley up now 23-3. Backpedaling and on the return now. Right side and wrapped up there at the sideline. Helmet off, flags coming at the back of that play. Puritan on the return for the Golden Bulls.
Puritan showing off the Florida dreads, but the only way he shows that off is this face mask gets ripped clear off his head.
Boy, not allowed to do that, are you?
No, that's not on my check, Charles. No, that's a no.
With 4:08 left in the third, 20-point lead for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. On a comeback route, this one through the hands of Caldwell. They had him coming back on a route. And the Cherry not able to connect on that pass, through it a little bit high.
Yeah, you're asking a lot from Cherry in this type of weather with gloves on, throwing a high ball to come down with that and then still make a play. It's tough, but once again, missed opportunities for the touchdown. Now you're in a monsoon trying to go score.
Second down and 10. And this rain is really driving here in Dry Pink Stadium. They go back to Caldwell. No, it's not Caldwell on the outside this time. It's Schultz. Schultz works his way toward the sideline after grab.
I like that with Tyler Schultz. Get the grab, get upfield, get as much as you can. Stumbles, but picks up a good amount of yards.
Yeah, Area shotgun. He'll have slots either side. The freshman takes the snap, looking to his left. Got Caldwell there behind the defense. Caldwell on the inside. Open field tackle, saves the touchdown for the Wildcats. But Caldwell got behind the defense and a perfect throw there by Cherry.
Great open field tackle by Damon. Looked like he had a chance. Brevin had a chance to take it to the crib. Damon says, no, sir, we'll make you snap it again.
They try to go on a hurry on this one. Cherry's got the football. He'll tuck and run left side, looking for something. Got free of the defense, breaks to the second wave of it, and works his way inside of the 15.
I think Coach Flowers has found something with this kid, especially with that QB power run. Big kid to get down.
Yeah, looks like that was its intention all along there, Scotty, was just to grab it and run left side. Kind of left Caldwell standing, or Newman standing behind him in the backfield. Now Newman will have it left side. This is Jacob. Jacob with a flag coming in at the back of the play, pushes the football down to the 5.
If you're Coach Flowers, you're not hoping this is a holding call. But if you also Coach Flowers, you need your freshman to snap that ball faster with the defense subbing, and you're not subbing. That's an easy 5 yards that you could get on the free play.
Down. Looks like they're going to mark it down at the 6, just outside of the 5-yard line. They face a second down and 2.
I'm not putting this ball in the air, Charles. We haven't had the best ability to pass. I'm keeping it in my freshman's hands or Newman, and we're going to pick up this first down, and we're going to keep pounding the ball right here.
Cherry will on shotgun. Newman joins him in the backfield. 2nd and 2. Now Newman breaks to the right of Cherry. Ball fake. Now this Jacobs, Newman with it. Newman scoots in, touchdown left side for the Golden Bulls.
That's what you do. You give it to the guy who got you here. He sees the hole, he hits it, gets you into the end zone.
That worked perfectly there. Newman just kind of waiting till things cleared out on the left side, found the hole, and finds the end zone for Johnson C. Smith. They needed it, trying to answer that touchdown by the Wildcats.
Great block by the left guard, 64, picking up the safety on the alley cut that springs Newman for the touchdown.
And angling right side into the end zone. Still making that decision that anything over the head, let it go. But that was returnable. I agree with you. Don't look at me that way, Scotty.
DeJuan's going to have to explain his decision-making after this game, because those are the opportunities that you're looking for. You're in rhythm, coming up to the ball, you're gaining speed. That's what I want my all-conference player to be ready to do. And, hey, let's hit your head on the goalpost, son.
That's one train of thought, Scotty. I hear you. Perhaps the weather conditions maybe forcing them to get off of that, because in any situation like we saw where we had a little bit of dryness, he would take a chance, even on that one he tried to scoop early on. So.
Especially when you've had the miscues by DeJuan Bell. Safe is sorry in this one. You know, you have the lead. Let's not do anything to mess that up.
Yeah, this weather's really had an impact in this football game. Charles Ward alongside Adrian Scott. It's been a pleasure working with you, Adrian.
Oh, thank you so much. I was going to say Mr. Charles.
Durham. Marshall looks for room left side. None there. Good defensive work by Johnson C. Smith. They shut the lane on the outside, completely down.
All-conference linebacker, Bernard Black, there as always.
Under 2 minutes left. I understand where you can get the Jack Black thing from, entertainment and all that.
It's so close. Jack Smith, Bernard Black. You might as well just call him Jack Black.
Jack Black, that's right.
Brothers, that's what they both all-conference linebackers. 66, 60 tackles. They're pretty much the Bash brothers.
Hey, I was wondering if it was me when I was doing the prep this week, but I guess it wasn't. Fist pound for you, brother.
Thank you, sir.
And the Bulls have something.
And you're not. The people at home, let's not forget Johnson C. Smith defense is like that. They are ranked #1 in Division CIAA. So this is prime real estate for them to make a big play, a turnover, to get their offense back on the field and to do more damage to score points.
Wildcats switch back 5. Now they face 2nd and 15. Durham on the ground. They give it to Marshall, and he is hammered right away by the Bulls defense. Lamont Hill leading that surge inside for Johnson C. Smith.
I think Coach Gibbs is getting a little bit too conservative right here, wheeling it back. Now you're in the no man's land. Okay, do I just run the ball to get room to punt, or do I allow my quarterback to throw in this situation? We'll see. If it was me, I'm going Wildcat right here. Just push the ball forward.
It'll be 3rd down and 18 after the surge inside by Hill.
And Coach Gibbs has called a masterful game to this point of just staying balanced, keeping Durham in the game, keeping Brandon Marshall in the game, and working the clock as well.
Running into the kicker.
Right now, Fort Valley's defense is really a better showing at this point than the Bulls of Johnson C. Smith.
Let's see what Cherry's going to do on this drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they start with a power run with him. But once again, the first down and what play you decide to go with, staying in front of the chains is important to continue your drive.
Cherry 5 of 15 throwing for the Bulls of Johnson C. Smith. Adams, who started, 3 of 9. Cherry with the play call. He'll take the snap. He'll keep it himself, left side. Play he ran before that got some success with it, but this time he's taking a couple of hard knocks there by the Wildcats for maybe a half-yard gain.
I like the play call. Kind of knew that was coming with Cherry, with the power. You want to do something easy, consistent, something that he can do. Just didn't get what you wanted on that play. I wouldn't be surprised if they get to Caldwell on this one. He was open in the slot for the QB power. Let's see if they go back to him in this drive.
It's 2nd down and 9 now for the Bulls. Into the 4th quarter here at the Florida Beach Bowl. Charles Ward, Avery Young Scott with the play call. And you're watching it on HBCU Plus. Glad you could join us for the coverage.
Oh, they got him.
Cherry, comeback route. That pass goes incomplete, in and out of the hands of Bryant there. He heard footsteps.
Ladies and gentlemen at the house, let me explain what happens there. When you're wearing gloves in the rain, it's like ball tires on the street. It's slick. You're not getting the traction that you want when you catch the ball. When you throw the ball in dry areas, that works. But in a wet area, you want to use your hands so you can feel the ball.
Nice explanation. Sounds like you dropped one or two.
A few of them. I hated the rain as a wide receiver.
Cherry with a drop this time. Here comes the pressure. Unloads. Threw it back and threw it right into the coverage. Interception there by that Wildcat defense. They were number 1 in the SIAC in passes intercepted. That's their 18th of the season.
Kamari Blankenship with the interception. If you remember, he had the breakup with the big tight end down here at the end of the field. He comes back with the interception right here. Cherry just didn't see him.
And Coach Gibbs, one of the names he called in terms of impact players was Blankenship, and you can see why. Set up squarely on that, got the pick for the Wildcats.
Great hustle by number 4 to bring him down, but they call him KB. Name is Kamari Blankenship. Big, huge turnover for the Wildcats.
The Bulls. He went into that little skirmish there of jerseys and came back 5 yards on the other end in the backfield.
The Bash brothers again. Bernard Black, one of the linebackers, sticks Bernard in the hole and sits him down.
Boy, that replay right on top of it. Camera crew just was incisive on that play. Feels like he just got blown back out of the hole. 3rd down coming here for Fort Valley.
Got to go to the boundary right here, Charles. No safety over the top. If you're really trying to pick this 1st down, you have the one-on-one that you're looking for at the boundary.
Offense, number 62. That penalty decline. Recovered by Johnson C. Smith. 1st down.
And that is the issue when you have a special player and special talent like KD. You don't want to rein him in and tell him, hey, don't do this, young man. But in situational football, you have the lead. Hey, listen, let's throw it away. Let's get to the next play and make them earn it. Now you turn it over.
Yeah, you know what we're talking about in our keys to the ball game for the Bulls of Johnson C. Smith. And one thing that they said they really wanted to do was make turnovers and penalties a Fort Valley thing. And we just saw a turnover there by Durham on the fumble and the football over to the Bulls, and they'll have it at their own 44.
And defense is making plays for the other teams, for their team's offense. The pick gets turned into a fumble. Now Johnson Smith has the ball again.
Cherry. He'll call the signals after the turnover. Bulls with the football, 11:51 remaining. Cherry steps in the pocket, feels the pressure. Now steps up left side. Got out of the way from the defender there and across the mid-stripe and into Wildcat territory.
In my head, I'm saying get out of bounds. Don't take unnecessary hits. I like that. Work in the pocket, getting up and getting out of bounds.
Watch the last effort he makes at the back of this play. Watch that little hop right there. Allowed him to get to the sideline and out of bounds.
Got the quick feet.
Yeah. That's given them this football on the Wildcat side of the field.
I'm loving this stack play with Brevin Caldwell in the backfield.
Ball fake to Newman. Cherry going to unload, throwing it back behind the defense, and got a receiver there at the 33. Boy, it floated and floated, but found its target in there.
I love stack plays like that. It gives your guy Brevin Caldwell a free release to get out and open, and they hit the tight end in front of him.
Williams there on the catch at the 32. They moved the change on that play. His way around the football field. Throwback. Pass goes incomplete, almost intercepted there. They were trying to get it to Newman on a throwback, but on top of that was Solomon Riggins, the junior, on the coverage.
That is high-level IQ by Solomon. You don't fall for the fake. You slide out, you read your keys, and you're there for the throwback. Great play call, but even better play by Solomon.
Kicker for Fort Valley.
Right here, Charles, you have to find your best play, and you go to your best guy. I like the stack formation. I wouldn't be surprised if they go down here to the bottom.
Cherry fires across the middle. Got a man there behind the sticks, and a big catch there for Caldwell and a 1st down.
Once again, the stack formation allows Caldwell to have the free release that he wants, get up on the DB, and then from there break whatever way he needs to.
He broke behind the line of the sticks for the first down.
On a route.
Cherry in shotgun. Ball fake, drops back in the pocket, shoots it to the end zone. Got a man there behind the coverage, but the pass slightly underthrown, allowing the defender to come back in and cover that play.
Darnell Stevens with the breakup. Man, the kid is just everywhere. He reads it, he's late behind it, but he still keeps his eyes, plays the ball, and makes the perfect breakup. You can't ask for anything better. A lot of young QBs, they go and they face guard, which gives them the automatic pass interference. He trusts his skill set, turns his head around, finds the ball. Yeah. Perfect breakup.
Just took off on the break and found it. A pass more thrown deeper into the end zone, that's not even an issue. It's an easy touchdown. But the pass slightly underthrown, and Stevens took advantage of that to block it away.
Cherry holds the fake a little too long. He has to trust that it's going to come open, and he hits it right away.
Yeah, throwing it to a spot rather than what he sees.
Decision time with Coach with Coach Flowers. My apologies. Oh, not even a hesitation. They're going for it.
They're going to try to hurry. They do. They got the snap away. On the ground, Newman looking for space. Spins off one blocker. May have gotten enough surge for a first down. It'll depend on the mark. If he got it on his own, that's for sure.
When you get to the big game, you give it to the guys who got you here, and Tim Newman with the amazing effort. Oh, they said he stopped.
The rule on the field is that the runner was short of the line of game. Turnover on down, Fort Valley State.
That inside foot stepping right out at the 10. Looks like he needed to get it to about the 9 3/4 mark for the first.
If he had a size 12 instead of a size 10, I think he picks that first down up. But that's a great effort by Tim Newman. Oh, man.
As you look at Coach Flowers and their coaching staff, knowing that they have no opportunity to review that, but that second instep by Newman, just not enough, as you referenced, Scotty.
You're definitely not going to snap this ball until at least under 10 seconds and make sure even 5 if that.
Right now it's down to 8 and they're getting set now. They go with it on the ground looking for space at the corner. Wrapped up initially. Bulls surge on the football and Durham with a quick pitch at the sideline. Good step there by Marshall, but he's met there near the 13. Knocked down there.
That is some high-level IQ. For the folks at home, he deliberately sat down inside to make sure that the clock kept running. That's high-level IQ by your all-conference running back, Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, perfect example of that right there. Keeping that football on the field of play. Hall with the kick, got it airborne. Nice job in this weather on the kick. Backpedaling is Curitan trying to make it over the shoulder catch and lost it. Fortunately, the Bulls get somebody to fall on it. You're telling them to make a play, but I don't know if that's the one you're telling them on, Scotty. That was dangerous.
It was, but at this point, I know you don't want to see that happen, but you know you're going to need a play at some point in time, and you know I'll take the risk on that one because we have to get it back. I just need my all-conference guy to be all-conference. But great hustle by number 18 to fall on it.
Yeah, you trying to be everything you can be on that play. A driving rain over the shoulder catch. We're under 5 minutes left. But you do what you have to do based on the situation, no doubt.
Listen, the clock is not your friend at this point in time, and Cherry knows that. Coach Flowers knows that. So I would expect this ball to be in the air.
Cherry lines up, low snap on the ground. It comes clear to Newman. Newman somehow able to pick that football up. Kept it at the line of scrimmage, but that could have been a real disaster for the Bulls there. The snap never really got back to Cherry. Kind of dribbled on the leg of the center and onto the surface here.
Great awareness by Newman, being the guy that he is, picking up, just getting something going. These play calls have to come in faster. This is not a 4-minute drill for you to win. This is 2-minute drill going for the rest of the game. These play calls have to get in faster.
Yeah, excellent call on that. Yeah, you can't burn it in between. Already at about 15 seconds. Now on the snap. Cherry, here comes pressure. He eludes right side, trying to get a receiver to go upfield. Cherry's going to have to slide and takes a hit there near the 24. Well, trying to still make something happen, that last effort. You get it. You don't want to slide. You want to see if you can slide through that tackle.
And he comes up gimpy as well. horrible scramble drill by the wide receiver. If you're short, go long. If you're long, come short. He never spins out to get deep and help his quarterback out.
Yeah, the real unfortunate thing about that, you're burning so much clock on the scramble, and you don't come away with the reception. Marshall able to get some ground space on the inside, and if they're able to get this first down, we can just about shut the lights off here in Drop Pink Stadium.
Listen, I'm not going to act like I'm not doing anything here. I'm selling out. Everybody's in the box. The cheerleaders are in the box. I'm going to put the band in the box. Everybody's going to be in the box to stop this run that's coming with Brandon Marshall.
Going all the way with that one. Brandon's getting it, right? Well, you're right. Got it. They did sell out on that, and they were able to stop him before he got to the first down marker. So that'll bring up a 4th down here for Fort Valley.
Come out. Johnson C. Smith.
So
That's the final timeout.
Golden Bulls take the timeout here, so they anticipate getting that football back. That's their last timeout, but they'll at least have the football after they stop Fort Valley on that play and forcing them to punt the football.
I think right here, if I'm the special teams coach and I'm talking to Coach Flowers, I say, hey, let's sell out. Let's go get this block punt. We don't want to put our punt returner in a situation where he has to be special. But at the end of the day, let's go block this punt and let's go turn the tides. Looks like John C. Smith is getting ready to sell out for this block punt. They absolutely are. They're coming for it. And they just, that has to be a flag right there.
Football bounces into the end zone. We'll check the flag, and that will really do it if they roughed up the punter, Hall, on that attempt.
Looks like they ran into his plant leg. That could be a personal foul penalty.
It has not been a good night.
Oh, even running into the kicker gives them a first down.
First down. Yeah, sure. It was only
Running
about 3.
into the kicker. Receiving team, number 48. 5-yard penalty. First down, Fort Valley.
That might do it.
Yeah, Wildcats get the football back, and now the Golden Bulls out of timeouts.
Here come the waves. Here come the waves to the other side. Here come the Gritties.
Yeah.
It's a celebration on the Fort Valley Wildcat side.
Yeah, they know what's coming now. Listen.
Oh, and there goes the Gatorade bath.
They got Gibbs early. Yeah, he had his back turned. They got him. Got to have that head on a swivel when you're about to claim the Beach Bowl. And he can celebrate his first bowl victory as a head coach of the Wildcats of Fort Valley.
Man, what a day. What a day. You couldn't ask for anything more for the reinsurgence of the Pioneer Bowl, now being the Florida Beach Bowl. Johnson C. Smith, where it all started with HBCU football being in this bowl, Fort Valley State, and their rich tradition in football to be here in the inaugural, amazing.
Yeah, Sean Gibbs, how to start rejoicing in the fact that they all got here for the Beach Bowl and wanted to end on a good, solid note, and they do.
Absolutely, and if I knew how to play pick 4, I would go play some numbers today because I was pretty close.
Yeah, you were awfully close.
28-10.
Yeah, you were dead on it, man. Nice call. The Wildcats win it 23-10 over the Bulls of Johnson C. Smith, and the Wildcats celebrate here in Fort Lauderdale at Drop Pink Stadium after coming away with the inaugural win at the Peach Bowl.
I think you have to sit back and really, if you're a Fort Valley State fan, you have to really admire what Coach Gibbs has done for this program. Back-to-back 8-win seasons, having an NFL player coming here winning the inaugural Florida Beach Bowl. There's nothing but up for this program. And Benedict loses their head coach. And it's a perfect situation for Coach Gibbs to slide into that power position and be the big guy on the SIAC.
Indeed, he certainly will. In terms of this win and what they've done in the season overall. Fort Valley game, weather was a factor, but it really played into the strengths of the Wildcats of Fort Valley.
Absolutely, and once again, people overlook special teams. They overlook the long snap, they overlook the punt returners, and those were keys to this game. Points given up, turnovers given up on both sides of the ball that allowed teams to score, and even though the turnover battle was pretty close, Fort Valley overcame that and still put touchdowns on the board.
Indeed. It was, we thought, a defensive battle coming into it. Fort Valley certainly showed more weapons as it relates to the offense. But when they got the Bulls into that situation of trying to run against the number 7 team overall defensively and the number 1 team in the SIAC on the run, it was just difficult for Johnson C. Smith to overcome that hurdle.
Absolutely. I mean, you're asking Newman to run into the beefy boys up front where Coach Gibbs says, hey, we have 10 guys that we play at any given time. Malik Harper in the center field. And got to give a shout out to Darnell Stevens and how well he played and how many touchdowns he saved in this game. The breakup with the tight end on one end. They caught him on a double move. He breaks it up. No pass interference call. Those are big-time plays from your DB.
Yeah, we're looking at some of the work by the defensive backs for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. There you saw Kasami on that interception for the Wildcats. Called out during the conference call with Coach Gibbs that he would be a factor, and certainly he was. This team came in with 17 interceptions overall in the regular season and got a big pick there by him at the end to really add their 18th of the season.
You don't really find a complete defense from the front end to the back end that's able to hold their own. Usually when you have a great defense, it might be the front seven, your DBs are a little weak, but if you see this, the entirety of what Coach Gibbs has built at Fort Valley State, this is a solid team all the way around, and there's not a lot of weaknesses that you'll find on this defense.
Yeah, by contrast, we were just looking at Coach Flowers. He has his team gathered around him on the other end of the field and likely telling them not to have their heads hung down because this is the pinnacle of what you did during the regular season to get here. Of course, we wanted to win it, but we know that we are a young program and we're continuing to grow, and this just adds to our growth element in terms of having to overcome a tough team and losing here in this bowl game.
If you're a Golden Bulls fan or you're an alum, don't panic. Don't push the reset button just yet. He went 2-7 his first year. He told us, hey, man, I recruited 50 freshmen, and I wanted to build a culture. And next year he comes here 7-3, 7-4 now. But with the positive outlook going forward, you will see them battle for the CIAA championship coming down the road.